Miller, he's been in touch. He's sorry he can't be at the testimonial on Sunday, but good luck in any case for the game in itself.
Thanks very much.
It's going to be interesting. You've got a stellar cast turning up this weekend, haven't you, of players to get involved? It looks great.
Yeah, I've been lucky. I've been blessed up and played with some good players, and I've kept in contact with all of them, the ones, my friends and that, and most of them have kindly said they could play. I mean, my game was initially for tonight, but it's been rearranged for Sunday because of a playoffs looming. But obviously the lads sorted me out Saturday, so I've been the club have kindly and the chairman have kindly let me do it for this Sunday, which is good.
And there's another bonus in going up automatically this weekend then.
Yeah, a double bonus, isn't it? Yeah, no, we get a little bit more holiday. The stress has gone, thank goodness, because the last few weeks of the season, the same for all the clubs in the area, is intense to say the least. So it's nice to get promoted, and obviously the way it happened Saturday, all the pressure was on us. I mean, we had a good run to the end of the season, but it was a really long week at the training ground. I spoke to Prings today. He said he only had 3 hours sleep the night before. It was intense, so it was nice to, the pressure was on us Saturday, but the lads performed, and fair play to them, they deserved it.
And we'll talk about the game and who's playing and etc. After the travel, which is coming up. But I can't imagine, having dealt with Steve Evans for the last 12 months or so, that the celebrations on Saturday night and Sunday night were quiet in any way.
No, Saturday night wasn't quiet. We had our end-of-season do, so that was one of the happiest end-of-season do's I've ever been on. So, and I think it continued well into Sunday for a lot of people. So, so most people work their hangovers off this week and then probably drink again Sunday for my do.
Exactly. Get it out of the system for 7 days only. Right. If you've got a question for Paul Warne, get in touch on the text and on Twitter. We'll obviously spend a bit of time with him after the travel, which is here right now, and we'll be taking your calls as always in 014-279 6699.
To me personally, it was a massive achievement. Obviously, I'd done it as a player. I had a double promotion, and our time in the championships was good. And since I've been back, I was blighted with injury initially, and then I've sort of been engraced into the coaching side of it, which is a massive eye-opener, by the way. So I've enjoyed that. So obviously to play some part in the lads getting promoted is a good, a satisfying feeling. It's nice to think I've had 3 promotions at this club.
Having been part of that team that got the double promotion, do you see elements, character traits, if you like, in this team that maybe gives you the sense that it could happen again?
Yeah, I think they're building on confidence. They had a good run of games at the end of the season where they played really well and got the wins they deserved. I don't think, the start of the season we were that great, and I think we had a problem with our home form. I think a lot of teams came to us and thought, wow, we fancy it here, and which we had when we were in the Championship. We used to go to the Birminghams, the West Hams, the Sunderlands, and thought, wow, what a nice ground. Teams don't have to come and entertain. They can sit behind the ball like we used to be fair. And we had that a bit this year. I think this team's a good team. I don't think it's as close as the team which I got promoted with, but I think football's a different game now, where when I had that team together, we all lived together, we all went out together, we were a really close unit. But football's a bit more polarised now. People sort of stay in different areas, and it's a bit difficult. So I think football's changed a little bit, but the last few weeks the lads have really gelled well together. They'll go away next week. I think they're going to Vegas or somewhere, which I'm not supposed to mention. I don't know how many of the wives
Tony Stewart's wallet's just shaking a little bit.
Yeah, I know. His hands are sweating. So that always obviously helps, and I think the gaffer will probably get a few additions in the summer and build again. But in my opinion, the team he's put together will compete very well in League One anyway.
It almost seems that Rotherham United, given the stadium, given what's happened at the football club over the last, what would it be now, 5 years, from all the financial problems and the points deductions, that it's a different club now. It's almost like as if they were operating in a different world.
Yeah, it is a bit. I mean, I obviously, like many fans who are listening, had many a joyful evening at Don Valley in freezing cold weather. And I remember when they were building the stadium, and optimistically, I remember the chairman saying we'll get about 7,000, and even I thought that'd be tough. And I know how much it means to actually being in the town, but it feels right in the heart of the town, that stadium now. I obviously see people walking to the ground and having a drink on the way, and I saw some YouTube clips of people connected to my Twitter account this week of people in the town before the game and all that, and it really has embodied the spirit of the town. So I think with all the badness, all the deductions and all the problems they've gone through, it's like a phoenix from the flames, a bit cheesy, but it is a little bit like that.
It is, though, isn't it?
And you go to the club now and it feels in a good position. I think, the way like the side we've got together. I think when we go to grounds now, I'm not saying we're the Man United of the lower league, but people look at us and want to beat us because of the reputations of the team we've got, and so we have a lot of big games. And like I said, I just think the pressure was on us from the start of the season to get promoted, and luckily our end run was perfectly timed.
Because there have been great inconsistencies this year. There have been some wonderful performances and then some real horrendous ones, and then all of a sudden in the last 2 months everything just seemed to work.
Yeah, I know.
Like that to you?
Yeah, it definitely seemed like that to me. I had many a sleepless nights. It's weird. We could play really well one week, and then the next week we could draw, then we could lose. We never really got a good run of form together. We were pretty injury-free. It's just people had dips in forms at wrong times, and I don't know. It's difficult for me to pinpoint. If I was, I probably wouldn't be in League Two, but I'd probably be Barcelona manager. But I think, we did have we did have a good run of form at the end, and I think the lads always knew they had it in them. I remember saying to the gaffer on the bus on the way home that from Plymouth, that 95% of me was over the moon that we'd beaten Plymouth. 5% of me was frustrated that it's taken this long for it to sink in with the lads how good they can be. And I think the last few weeks they really believed in themselves, and they did have a togetherness, and they did have a spirit, and the team picked itself virtually every week, which helps obviously, and they got the results, and obviously all the adulation the players deserve.
It will have been a heck of a run. Let's turn our attentions now then to Sunday. I know it's been something that you've been focusing on. It must have taken a heck of amount of arranging to get all of these people all at this time, all in one place.
Yeah, it was a bit. I'd done it a few months ago. I've got a great committee of Twiggy, Wicko and Brian Chappell. If people don't know them in Rotherham, I'll be very amazed. But they've done loads of work for me. And, a few months ago, we organised all the players for the date. The gaffer kindly gave me a date he thought was suitable because he thought, automatic was our goal.
Yeah.
And then obviously near the end of the season, it looked a bit wobbly. So, he kindly said it might be better to look to rearrange it. So, since I got told yesterday that I could have the game on Sunday, I think if you ask my wife, I spent about 6 hours on the phone yesterday. I think I made 48 phone calls, and my kids kept looking up at me. Is that if you finish down, I'll put the phone down, phone someone else. And I've been chasing around today, and I've even been in the club shop today selling tickets, which is good fun. So I've sold 400 tickets today virtually. Really? So I'm really pleased with that, and I hope that, the Miller fans come out and support. So I've got a lot of lads who are coming who they'll know if you want me to name them.
Well, I'm looking at a list here. Adam Lafonda's coming, isn't he? You've got
Adam.
Tell us.
Well, I'll tell you. Polly in goal. I'm going to have Woggy playing a bit of my goal as well. I know he's still in the first team, so to speak, but I want him to play some part in mine. Yep. I think he's been there a while. I've got Rob Scott, who everyone knows, Guy Branston, Swaz, Chris Wales. I've got Ryan Creswell, who tells everyone on Twitter every time he blinks, so everyone will know that he's playing. I've got Sedgwick.
You can mock him for that, but you're on Twitter as well.
Yeah, I know, I've got the hang of it, to be honest. I have got the hang of it. No, I'm not knocking him. He sort of taught me the black art, so to speak. So I've got Sedgy, I've got Watto, who's desperate to play, Torbs, Monkhouse, Byfield, Alan Lee, Richie Barker, myself. Steve Thompson is hoping to come from Blackpool. I just spoke to him outside, actually. He's just got to organise it with his manager. I've got a few others which my brain is struggling with. Alfie, he hasn't been in training today, so he hasn't spoke to his manager, but he wants to come. So I'm encouraging all Rotherham fans who are on Twitter to get into him tonight and say please come, because I know he'd like to come. And I said he can even put like a penalty shootout on at half time and teach kids how to take penalties. I said I'd let him take a penalty if he came, so I won't take it.
That should be a cracking afternoon this weekend as well. Presumably everybody can get involved right up to the last minute. There's no deadline, is there?
No. Obviously because of the last minute thing, you can buy tickets in the club shop. Like tomorrow I'll be in the club shop from 12 till about 1 selling tickets if you want to come and meet me, and I'll bore you to death. And you can get them online, and you can get them, the girls in the club shop are kindly open the club shop for me Sunday, so I think you can even buy them on the day now, which is good. So I hope everyone turns up. I want them to turn up in the worst retro shirts they can find, or just
fancy
in
dress, anything goes.
Anything goes. And I've got Ronnie and Breck as my management team. I've got Brownie. I've dug him up.
You've got to get them in fancy dress.
Oh well, I don't know how Ronnie would take it, to be fair. He's got to rush off because he's got a birthday party, which I can't wait to. I've told him I won't tell anyone that he's got this party to rush off to. So I've texted all the lads saying, get the gaffer a beer, he'll have to stay. So, and I've got Brownie, the goalie coach, who couldn't hardly move when he was here the first time, so I can't wait to see the state of him. And I've got Built, our fitness coach, as well. So all the lads will be pleased to see him. I've got Steve, our old kit man. So it's a 2 o'clock kickoff, but everyone's getting there about 12:30 of my friends, because we'll have an hour of just purely chatting. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him on a sincere basis. I don't see him as much as I should.
And you've just got to try and keep Ronnie Moore well into the evening. That's
easily done.
That'll be fine.
I'll take his phone off him and buy him beer. He'll be fine.
Well, we know you like all the media stuff, because you do bits on the Millers website, Warne's World, isn't it? You're well into all that now, aren't you?
Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened. I think a few years ago, they interviewed me once, and they were trying to fill the programme up or fill the internet up or whatever the case may be. And obviously I'm not afraid to chat, and some of the other players are a little bit aloof and they don't really talk and are a bit nervous, so I haven't got that issues. So then it sort of progressed that I'd done an interview once a month, and then no one else did it, and then it was like every week, and now I have a comment on everything, it seems to be. So Warne's World is just pure drivel, really. But I have many a fan say to me they enjoy it, so that's the main thing.
That is absolutely the main thing. So lots to look forward to, lots obviously this weekend to look forward to, and next season as well. Presumably you now feel as though, feet under the table, that the playing days are slightly out of the system and it's all about coaching now.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's been the case all season. I still join in training when we've got odd numbers, which is quite enjoyable, and I keep telling the lads that I was the best player. I give myself... You
still must be fitter than half of them.
Yeah, easily. I had someone in the club shop today say to me, "Oh, you're smaller than I thought." I went, "Smaller?" He went, "No, fitter." I think that's the right word. And Rev's put on Twitter early that I'm the nicest man in football and the tightest man in football. So I said tightest as in, "You mean my abs?" And he went, "No, cash." And to be fair, he's probably
right. Is he right?
He's probably right. I am frugal. I don't know where I get it from, but I am frugal. I've lived up north too long. I've embraced it.
Oh, you can't blame us. That must be from something deep.
Yeah, that's my mum. My mum's got issues. My mum has got issues.
You can't just blame all us northerners for being tight.
No.
Well, very best of luck.
Thank you.
As I say, lots of people have got in touch, well wishers this evening. Let me ask you this question. In fact, I've just asked you that unwittingly. That was from Josh. Get Steve... Danny wants to see Steve Evans get his boots out for the testimonial at the weekend. Is there a possibility there?
I think there's a hell of a possibility the gaffer will put himself on his team in the last couple of minutes to take a penalty. Right. He reckons, I keep joking with him, if he scores, like I said in my last ever game, he'd jump into the crowd and it'd be like escape to victory. They'd give him a coat. It would obviously have to be a big coat, but they'd give him a coat. And
you can get away with saying that.
Yeah, he don't mind. He knows he's got issues.
Right, okay. Swiftly moving on. Yeah. Luke says this, just like to congratulate Paul Warne. I think you'll find half of these messages on your Twitter account when you see it. For the many years he served the Millers, hope he enjoys his testimonial. He deserves it. Joe has been in touch. There's only one Paul Warne.
Oh, good.
That's
lucky.
He says. Yes, exactly, yes. We get a wide range of comments on this, but you are doing very well, it has to be said. And you've got a true Millers legend sat in front of you there. That's a message to me from the Chapeltown Miller. So I suspect most of those will have tickets for the weekend. If they haven't, then they will already. So best of luck with that.
Thank you very much.
Keep in touch with us.
Good. I look forward to seeing Sheffield United this weekend.
Oh, yes. You're heading Yeovil, of course.
Yeovil, my ex-team. Yeah, I'm going to go and watch them. I think... Yeovil will be very tough opposition.
Does it depend on how Sunday goes as to whether you might be making the trip down south on Monday? Yeah,
I would like to go down Monday, to be fair. I need to squeeze it with my missus, though, because if I'm playing for Oldham on Saturday in a Legends game, and then if I've got that on Testimonial on Sunday, then I'm going to Vegas on Wednesday, I might not be the best husband in the world, so I might have to... I take my kids with me to Yeovil. Yeah, she might be up.
She could have a day of rest if you're looking after the children all day.
My son will definitely go. I'm not so sure my daughter's keen.
All that way.
Yeah, so that is a long way, especially when are we there yet for 5 hours is a test.
It is, very much so. Good man, thanks for coming in. As always, good to see you. And obviously, no doubt, plenty more from Paul Warne on Football Heaven going forward. We want to hear from you tonight. 0114 279 6699. Adam's been in touch. We named at the top of the show, Paul Walker, that is, Rob and myself, our teams of the season. Plenty of you responded with yours. Adam's gone for 4-4-2, long in goal.